Shalom. Kal Halamala, Yahweh, Bahashem Yahweh Shai, Bahashem Rachakwadash. Double honors unto the head apostles and the elders of Great Millstone, who do rule well and teach well. Shalom. And to the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect and the hearty shalom, to the sincere brethren laboring across the four winds of the earth, giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. So this article came out. Just want to make sure the screen is recording. So this article came out today, Saturday, November 26, 2022, aka 2023, the year of Yahweh Bashem Yashai turning up. And the article reads as such. This came out from blacklistednews.com today, fresh off the press. New Visa card features personal carbon emissions tracker. And this is going to be a MOT to the B update, this lesson. Lord's will is edifying and it reaches the ears of the hopeful elect. And this isn't the first country to roll out this type of technology as far as a bank or a credit card. The first one that rolled this out was Australia's Commonwealth Bank in Australia, which is Australia's largest bank. Now this one comes out from Canada's largest credit union, which is known as Venacity. Let's read the first paragraph, but let's get a quick precept. This is Proverbs 8 and 12, and this won't be long-winded, Lord's will. I'll just get right to the point, hit the points, and wrap it on up. This is Proverbs 8 and 12, and it reads, I, wisdom, dwell with prudence, and find out knowledge of witty inventions. And the Lord, he gives his secrets unto his servants, the prophets, to be able to make things plain upon tables for the believers. And one of the secrets, mysteries that's given to the prophets is the understanding of the MOT to the B and the ability to look into the news to see and decipher things and make it plain upon tables for those who are of the household of faith. This is Amos 3 and 7, and it reads, surely the Lord Yahweh Shai Elohim, the Lord power, will do nothing but he revealeth his secret unto his servants the prophets. So the Lord reveals his secrets unto the servants the prophets, man. And this is one of the secrets that a lot of Israelite congregations aren't teaching right, even though their members among their congregation are seeing and starting to ear hustle the true prophets of the Lord. You know? But that's another lesson. But let's get into this. So the first paragraph of this article reads, the monitoring of personal behavior by banks will take another step forward as Canadian credit union Venacity launches a new credit card technology to report users' carbon emissions. And Venacity, real quick, is based out of Vancouver, British Columbia, which is the largest city in British Columbia, which is right above the state of Washington. On the West Coast, you have California, Oregon, and then Washington at the very top. And then you have Canada and British Columbia if you were to cross into the Canadian part of North America. British Columbia will be right above Washington. And Vancouver is British Columbia's largest city. Vancouver City Savings Credit Union, commonly referred as Venacity, is a member-owned financial cooperative headquartered in Vancouver, British Columbia, Canada. And Venacity is Canada's largest community credit union, worth $28.2 billion. And this will be a common trend moving forward. Just real quick, this is dropping in the community tab of YouTube yesterday, a post I made. Lord's will, the internet starts working where I'm at. Okay, cool. You have in India, they're rolling out the retail pilot program for the digital rupee. In Japan, they have the central bank digital currency. You know, they're running an experiment on it. And then you have Belgium rolling out the digital wallet. Next year, Cayman Islands, national digital identity. And then you have the UK Post Office receive further digital identification certification. And as a part of America's planning to do this. You have the Postmaster General as a part of the executive orders. They're responsible for making a national registry of all persons in the United States through what? A digital identification or a charagma, you know, eventually through the charagma. But let's go into this article a little bit. Let's get a couple of paragraphs out of here. So it says on October 19th, Vanacity announced that it will be the first financial institution in Canada to offer its individual and business members a way to estimate the CO2 emissions that come from their purchases. And this is all gradualism towards the MOT to the B. Conditioning people to track their carbon emissions, sustainable development, sustainability, so on and so forth. That's all code talk for the New World Order, and their eventual plans to get everybody microchipped up. You will own nothing and be happening. The limiting and rationing of goods and services based on your social credit score or your social media score or your travel score. We're in those times. Let's start again from the top. On October 19th, Vanacity announced that it will be the first financial institution in Canada to offer its individual and business members a way to estimate the CO2 emissions that come from their purchases. Vanacity said its carbon counter, which is attached to Visa credit cards, so that we have a financial institution hooking up with a credit card company to do this, was developed by Eclectic, one of Europe's leading climate engaging technology companies. This will be the first carbon counter program for Visa holders. There you have it. MasterCard already provides a CO2 emissions tracking card developed with technology from Swedish company Docomoney. The Visa credit card technology developed by Eclectic provides educational and behavioral nudging so that card users are not only informed about the CO2 emissions of their buying activity, but also told how to reduce them. There goes that programming. The next paragraph. According to Eclectic, the financial industry will play a major role in fighting climate change. Our sustainability, that's code talk, because one of the slogans of the New World Order through the United Nations, is their plan for sustainable development. And that's Agenda 2030. I'll just pull it up on the screen so you can see it. It was right there, actually. Yep. Transforming our world, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. There you have it right there. Agenda 2030, that's code talk for the New World Order. Let's get a quick precept. 2nd Esdras 8:27. Regard not the wicked adventures of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies and afflictions. And this is going to be something that comes upon all the world in the Orchomany sense. According to Eclectic, the financial industry will play a major role in fighting climate change. So there they are, linking the financial industry to climate change through sustainable development. Our sustainability as a service solution enables financial institutions to offer their customers environmental footprinting as well as personalized impact offsetting for ESG investments. Yep. Our tech companies are joining in this quest. Michael Evans, president of president of Alibaba Group, a Chinese tech company, announced at the World Economic Forum in 2021 that his company was developing an individual carbon footprint tracker that will monitor people's behavior in terms of where they are traveling, how they are traveling, and what they're eating and what they are consuming. This is all gradualism towards the MOT to the B. Let's get a couple more paragraphs in this article and we'll wrap on up and get a few precepts, and that'll be it. At the same time, let's read the next one. With this technology was ostensibly, let's look up that word, I'm curious. Apparently. With this technology was ostensibly or apparently developed to fight climate change. Many worry that its first step toward personal credit scores and many worry that it is a first step toward personal credit scores and can be used to track other types of behavior besides carbon emissions. And they're exactly right with that. For example, the credit card companies Visa, MasterCard, and American Express announced in September that they would begin tracking purchases made at gun stores. At the same time, the Biden administration is moving forward with an initiative to create a central bank digital currency, CBDC, that would ultimately replace the US dollar, the Biden bucks. In place of bank deposits, the CBDC would be a digital currency issued by the federal government that people or banks will be able to hold in digital wallets, similar to Bitcoins. But by contrast to Bitcoins, the CBDC will be controlled by either the Federal Reserve or the U.S. Department of Treasury, the U.S. Treasury Department, you know? And with these CBDCs, they can control what you have access to, what you don't have access to by social credit score, which is already in place in China. And Klaus Schwab, he said that he wants to make China, he wants to make basically the world like China. They've already said that. The cat's out of the bag. Literally, that was one of the articles that was in Black This and News. I think it's here. Bear with me. Stay patient. It was on one of these alternative news sources, I believe. Yep. It says the mask is off. World Economic Forum's Klaus Schwab declares China a role model. So there you have it. And with these central bank digital currencies, you know, carbon emission tracking, central bank digital currencies are going to lead to, you know, these digital dollars are going to lead to is eventually the MOTB to the B, the RFID implantable microchip. All roads lead to the Charagma. That's what this is all about right here. You know, India rolling out a digital rupee program, the CBDC experiment in China. You have the 12 major banks in Babylon the Great that are linking up with carbon emission tracking type of software as well. That was in the article as well, I believe. Let me see. Bear with me. I think that was in the last part of the article. Yep. Let's get the next two paragraphs right here. In February, however, the Boston Fed completed the first phase of Project Hamilton. What was Project Hamilton? Project Hamilton. Yep. It's a CBDC program. A CBD simulation is developed with MIT's Digital Currency Initiative, and on November 21st, the Fed launched a pilot program to test a digital dollar through its New York Innovation Center. The Fed stated that the New York Innovation Center is participating in a proof of concept project along with members of private sector to explore the feasibility of an these big ass words, interoperable interoperability is a characteristic of a product or system to work with other products or systems. While the term was initially defined for information technology. So that's what it is, information technology, or systems engineering services to allow for information exchange, sort of so on and so forth. Basically tracking. Information software, network of digital central bank liabilities and commercial bank digital money. The program is being done in collaboration with BNY Mellon, Bank of New York, Citibank, HSBC, MasterCard, PNC Bank, TD Bank, Truist, US Bank, and Wells Fargo. So there you have it. They're already doing this in the United States. And all roads lead to the MOT to the B. This is 2 Ezra 8:27 again. Regard not the wicked inventions of the heathen, but the desire of those that keep thy testimonies and afflictions. And we know what this man plans on doing with all these central bank digital currencies. We know his intent. This is Psalms 21:8. And it reads, thy hand shall find out all thy enemies. Thy right hand shall find out those that hate thee. And who's the right hand of the Heavenly Father? Yahweh Shai. And through this word, we're finding out, this man's plans and inventions. Let's keep on reading. Thou shalt make them as a fiery oven in the time of thine anger. Talking about the heathen and Esau, Edom, and all of his wicked inventions. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahweh, it's like it. The Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai, the Lord Yahweh Bashim Yahushai shall swallow them up in his wrath, and the fire shall devour them. The nuclear destruction. Their fruit shall thou destroy from the earth, and their seed from among the children of men. Talking about the heathen nations. For they intended evil against thee. They imagine a mischievous device which they are not able to perform, because the elect, they got victory over the MOT to the B, and they're not going to take it. The Lord has reserved 7,000 men who will not bow the knee to the image of Baal. Let's precept that. Let's precept that out. I'll get a few more precepts and I'll wrap on up, because I was actually going to do something totally different as far as a lesson, but when I looked up Blacklisted News and I seen that, I was like, I got to do a lesson on it. Bold do you find it edifying? This is 1 Kings 19:18. Yet I have left me 7,000 in Israel, all the knees which have not bowed unto Baal Peor, every mouth which had not kissed him. If you go into this word kiss, it means to honor, to reverence, to worship. Let's get Sirach 27:1. And it reads, many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away from what? From the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And it's in the law not to make any cuttings in your flesh, nor to make any covenants with the heathen, nor with their gods. Leviticus 19:28, and it reads, you shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, tattoos, also going into taking medicine, Now, if you have to, you have to, but according to the law, you're not supposed to make any cuttings in your flesh, You shall not make any cuttings in your flesh for the dead, nor print any marks upon you. I am Yahweh Bashim Yahushai. And what I mean by you have to, as far as getting a surgery or operation, if that's the only choice as far as saving your life, then hey, that's what you got to do. But as far as taking the MOT to the B, that's a no. That's a no-no. That's no bueno. You can't do that, because if you do that, the penalty is in Revelation 14:9 and then 10. Let's just read it real quick. Revelation 14, and it reads, Revelation 14:9, and then the third angel followed them, saying with a loud voice, if any man worship the beast and his image, and receive his mark in his forehead or in his hand, the forehead being Neuralink, the hand being Walletmore, and other versions that may roll out. What's the penalty? The same shall drink of the wine of the wrath of the Most High, which is poured out without mixture into the cup of his indignation, his righteous anger. And he shall be tormented with fire and brimstone in the presence of the holy angels, the nuclear destruction in the chariot fire, and in the presence of the Lamb. So you're going to be destroyed. This is Sirach 27:1. Many have sinned for a small matter, and he that seeketh for abundance will turn his eyes away from the law, statutes, and commandments of Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai. As a nail sticketh fast between the joinings of the stones, so that sin stick close between buying and selling. And they're going to put this into the next phase coming soon, we believe through the Spirit next year, of the MOT to the B. They're already putting it out there, and there's already been billboards spotted saying, if you don't want to turn into a zombie, get chipped. So imagine how much more, how much more harder they're going to come next year with pushing that microchip, man. They're already setting the stage for it right now with these central bank digital currencies, these carbon emissions trackers, carbon footprints, and so on and so forth. All roads lead to the Karagma, man. These digital currencies, these digital wallets, it all leads to the MOT to the B, which is biblical prophecy. This is 2 Ezra 16:22. Yea, and the Spirit of the Almighty power which made all things and searcheth out all the hidden things in the secrets of the earth. And you have hidden things in the form of secrets and mysteries that are only given to the prophets of the Lord to be able to understand and decipher, his true prophets. Because you have false prophets as well, telling you can take it, not calling upon the right name, telling you you're not supposed to worship Yahweh Shai, telling you we don't know the name. We don't know the names, so on and so forth. 2 Ezra 16:22. 2 Ezra 16:62. Salakia, yea, and the Spirit of the Almighty power which made all things and searcheth out all the hidden things in the secrets of the earth. Surely he knoweth your inventions and what ye think in your hearts, your mind, your la'ab, even them that sin and would hide their sin. Therefore hath the Lord exactly searched out all your works, and he will put you all to shame. So those who take the MOT to the B, those who are telling people to take the MOT to the B, the makers of the MOT to the B and the pushers of the MOT to the B, he's searching out your works. He's going to put all of you to shame, man. This is the last precept. This is James 1:12. And real quick, this is another MOT to the B update. These Visa credit cards, these central bank digital currencies, digital wallets, all of them lead towards the mark of the beast, which is the RFID implantable microchip, man. And if you take it, you're going to be destroyed. Anybody teaching you to take it, they're going to be destroyed. Pursuant to Revelation 14:9 and 10. This is James 1:12, and it reads, blessed is the man that endureth temptation, the hour of temptation, Jacob's trouble. For when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahweh Shai hath promised to them that love him. So we're going to be tried, but he that endureth unto the end, the same shall be saved. Let's get this in the book of Matthew. Actually, you know what? Let's get this one. This is Matthew 10:22, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake. And we see that happening already. Literally the next lesson I was going to do today is going to that same topic. Lord's will, I get that done the next hour and a half or so. This is Matthew 10:22, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, but he that endureth to the end, the same shall be saved. I'm going to read it again. Matthew 10:22, and ye shall be hated of all men for my name's sake, for the name's sake of Yahweh Yahweh Shai. But he that endureth to the end shall be saved. And this gospel of the kingdom has to be preached, in all the world for a sign. This is Matthew 24:14. And this gospel of the kingdom shall be preached in all the world for a witness unto all nations. because you have Israel spread amongst all the nations, the scattering, and all the heathen nations got to be told their judgment, including Esau, Edom, for pushing this digital technology, this digital technocracy, the digital slavery that he wants to, implant in your body. And then shall the end come. And a part of the gospel is warning our people of Esau, Edom's wicked inventions, and telling people not to take it because you're going to be destroyed for taking it. This is James 1:12, and it reads, "Blessed is the man that endureth temptation, for when he is tried, he shall receive the crown of life, which the Lord Yahushua hath promised to them that love him." And once again, this is the trial of our faith right here. Because all roads lead to the MOTB. You can see it plain upon tables if you have the eyes to see and the ears to hear. So I'm going to wrap it on up right here. Lord, will you find this lesson edifying? Once again, this is the MOT. This is a MOTB update. New Visa credit card features personal carbon emissions tracker. And all roads lead to the MOTB. And the elect, they're not going to take it. And they're going to see right through it. So, Lord, will you edify? And in closing, I'm going to give all praise, honor, and infinite glory unto the Heavenly Father, Yahweh, Bahashem, Yahushai, Bahashem, Rakach Wadash. Double honors unto the head apostles and elders of Great Millstone who do rule well and teach well. Shalom unto the elders and the elder bishops of Great Millstone as well. Shalom, shalom. Peace, love, salutations, and blessings unto the hopeful elect, and the hearty shalom to the sincere brethren laboring across the four winds of the earth, giving diligence to make their calling and election sure. Shalom, shalom. And last but not least, the hearty shalom to the men of valor in the DTA camps. First camps I ever heard the truth from, Isaiah 62, verses 6 through 7. Ye that make mention of the Lord, Yahweh Ba'ashem Yahushai, keep not silence and give him no rest day or night. To Jerusalem is a praise in the earth. So, Lord, will you are edified. And until next time, next lesson, Shalom, DTA, Wa Abba Baba. Soon. Shalom.